Welcome back to another Working Out with Aaron Briggs video. We're so happy that you joined us.
Absolutely.
Aaron, what's up for today?
Today we have a strength day. You're going to have just two primary movements and a little bit of a recovery time in there. It's going to be a short one, about a 9 to 10 minute workout if you're following along. Now, like we always do, we are going to warm up with the actual movements that we're going to do. And so what you'll see us doing right now is called a plank to push up. And the idea with this one is that you're in plank. You'll see us down there in our forearms right now, and then you're getting up into that high plank, or what we call that push-up position. It's kind of like doing a push-up, kind of. I mean, you're going to feel your arms, but it's not quite a push-up, right?
Yeah, it's neat because it's more of a total body, I think.
Exactly. So again, if you're following along with us, you're really just getting a feel for the exercise right now. Exercise 2 is what's called a row, and again, Mags and I have kind of promised that we're going to try doing one with resistance and then one without. And because Maggie's warming up right now, you'll see her not use the band. The whole time that I'm doing my rows today, I'm also going to be doing no band work, and I'll talk a little bit about how that can still be beneficial for us as we try this. So again, if you find yourself without equipment, mimic what I'm doing right now. I guarantee you're still going to get a workout from it, especially the way that we're designing it to go today.
Right.
Okay, so without having, or I don't want you to be surprised by anything, today is what we call our Tabata or our HIIT style workouts, and all that means is that you are going to do one movement 8 times through, or 8 rounds. So we are getting ready here for our plank to push up, and so that you don't think you're going to circuit between this and your row, you're going to go plank to push up for 20 seconds, you're going to take a 10-second break, and then you're going to do them again and again and again until we've done 8 rounds, or about 4 minutes. It's a butt kicker in a good
awesome.
way. You'll be ready for it. And again,
yeah,
you can always pause the video. You can always take longer rest. We're going to get started here in 2, 1, begin. There's our clock. And again, we're going for about 20 seconds. The idea with this, remember, whenever we talk about our rounds, there's always some sort of an intention. And for the first 2 rounds, for the first minute, really, we're aiming to just get a feel for the exercise, to make sure that what we're doing looks and feels good. 3, 2, 1, take a 10-second breather. Now, if you followed along with us before, you'll know we've done these. That 10-second break goes quickly.
Yeah.
Speaking of, 2, 1, we're right back into it again. So again, you're doing your version of planks, plank to push-ups. Push-ups, if you need to do down dog reps, that's fine. Whenever I'm in a class with people or in person, I always tell them, you're working on a push. You're doing something that is related to pushing. Really choose what feels best for you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Okay, that's 2 rounds down, right? Your first minute. Now that we're getting to our second minute, you're going to try to dial it up a little bit. 3, 2, 1, begin. And as always, what we mean by dial it up is your form just gets a little bit better. It doesn't have to be faster. It doesn't have to be more intense. It doesn't have to feel like more of a workout. We'll get to that. Right now, it's about turning those core muscles on, firing those arm muscles, your legs, whatever you have to make it look and feel better. 2, 1, take a little break. It goes quick, doesn't it?
The 20 seconds feels so long, and
Yes,
the 10 seconds feels so
it
short.
Does. Yep. 3, 2, 1, begin. Now we're still in our second minute, so you're still aiming to just have better posture. Every single rep looks good. Hopefully it feels good for you. And again, if it doesn't, pause the video. Change it up a little bit. Try something a little different. There, again, we'll say there's no such thing as a perfect rep. There's no such thing as perfect form. 3, 2, 1, relax. There's just what works best for you. And that will change based on the day and as you get stronger. 4, 3, 2, 1. We barely have time for instructions.
I think
we're constantly
you're halfway
counting.
through, right?
We're halfway through.
Yeah,
absolutely.
way to go, gang.
And now that we're in our third minute, right, we're starting to dial this up. Now our focus is to make it feel like exercise. For the most part, if you're doing, I know Maggie's laughing because she's like, duh. Like,
I know.
There's no
well,
way it
I
doesn't
already
feel like
did.
exercise,
I was
right?
already like, whoo.
3, 2, 1. Take a little break. Again, 10 seconds. The idea is still the same. If it's not feeling like exercise yet, dial it up a little bit more until it does. 2, 1, begin. Y'all are rock stars.
Yeah, I almost feel like it's interesting doing these workouts because your muscles just kind of wake up. They progressively get better, get warmer as you go through the workouts anyway. And so the intentions that Aaron's talking about perfectly line up with the way our bodies feel
3,
kind of anyway.
2, 1. Absolutely. And
just being a little more mindful.
It's a system check, right? If you're not
Yeah.
feeling that, it should be a little bit of an alert, like, oh, I gotta
Right.
work on this a little bit.
Yeah, it almost like
4,
natural
3,
progression.
2, 1. Now that we're in our last minute, 1, Take a breath. You're almost there. You can do
Yeah,
this, okay?
you got this, you
But the
guys.
idea is finish well, right? Make sure your form looks and feels good. That's always first priority. Make sure that it's dialed up, that it looks great, right? Every rep is awesome, and that it feels like exercise. 3, 2, 1. Take a 10-second breather. If you're doing
Even
those three
Aaron was
things-
sweating
I
by
was.
this point, you
I
guys.
was burning.
It is.
Absolutely.
This
It's-
is a challenge.
It's designed to get you feeling
Exactly.
that way.
This is a
3,
good challenge.
2, 1, begin. The really nice thing about doing these kinds of intervals is that it's short and sweet.
Yeah.
You only have to do it for like 4 minutes and then you're done.
I love these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're pinched for time, not every workout has to be 25 minutes
Right.
long.
Yeah.
Right? We still aim for 25 minutes a day, but as far as strength, you can get there in 4 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Take a little break. Okay, now you normally have 10 seconds, which you get, and you're getting an extra minute on top of that to kind of loosen up. I was on my wrist a lot, so I'm going to stretch those out. You'll see me doing my little wrist walkouts. I think I'll get up and do a kind of a down dog, little stretch. We're inviting you to do the same. Get some water, stand up, shake it out, do what you need to do, and then let's get ready for your next exercise, which is your row. If you have a band, go ahead and grab that. You can do the seated ones that you'll see Maggie doing. If you don't have a band, you have dumbbells or a kettlebell, you're going to want to take a different posture than sitting down. It won't quite work that way. You'll want to stand up, kind of face the ground and do your pulls. Again, if you've been following along the videos, you've seen that. Maybe you have a band or a TRX strap and you're going to want to suspend yourself. You can do that too, okay? That being said, we've got about 15 more seconds.
And if you don't have a weight, that's okay too. If you don't have
Just
a
do
band,
what I'm doing.
that's okay too. Just do what
Exactly.
Aaron's doing. Yep.
Exactly. Okay, we're going again in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start those rows. Now again, a quick reminder, you're gonna go 8 rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and it's all this movement. If you have a band, you're looking like Maggie probably about now. You're sitting, you're pulling those elbows back, and remember, you're just getting a feel for it. It's still the first time you're doing this exercise. 3, 2, 1, take a little breather. Nice job. Remember, if you have dumbbell or a kettlebell, feel free to stand up, kind of change your posture. Again, just do what feels right for you. 3, 2, 1, begin. And now on to the if you have nothing kind of bit. So this is the first time I'm doing this one. I knew it was going to work, but I kind of had my doubts, right? It's like, well, there's no resistance here, right? This is going to feel a little bit funny. I will guarantee you by the time that I was done, I felt it, and we'll explain why in just a second. 3, 2, 1, take a little breather. Okay, that's your first minute. Well done. We're getting ready to go again in 3, 2, 1. Just wanted to let that settle in there. You got them. Okay, now your intention for your second minute is to let it dial up a little bit. Get your form a little tighter, and that brings me into why this works if you're not using exercise. Even just the action of pulling your arms back. If you are taking a half a second in there and just flexing everything you've got, your muscles are going to be on. 2, 1, take a little breather. If you don't believe me, try it. It works, right? Especially when you're turning them over this fast. 3, 2, 1, begin. So again, you're just rowing, you're pulling, you're flexing, and to me, one of the things that makes this work, again, I'm just talking to the people that don't have anything. If you pretend that there's a band there, if you pretend you're fighting resistance and you're firing those muscles, your body's gonna adjust. It's gonna pretend like there's weight there, and you're still gonna get a workout. 3, 2, 1, take a little break. And again, the reminder, just 10 seconds here. We're getting ready to dial it up again. 3, 2, 1. Now your intention is to make it feel like exercise. Now, someone might be thinking, well, why wouldn't I just do all of my weights without any sort of resistance? And the answer is you could, and you're still gonna get better. Resistance helps you get stronger faster. That's why we have it, right? So can you do everything body weight? Absolutely. 3, 2, 1, take your little break. If you have some extra tools, it's just gonna do a better job, right? If that kind of makes sense. 3, 2, 1, begin again.
Yeah, and even if you don't have any weights at home, you can still do rows in a way that has weight with it.
Yeah, grab a backpack.
Yeah,
like
backpack,
we said, fill it up
like
with
we've
books,
said,
water bottles.
a bag with a 5-pound bag of flour in it,
3,
something like that.
2,
You can
1.
add some weight.
Take a little break.
or do
you
it the
can
way
get
that
creative.
Aaron's doing.
Mhm,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
We just don't want you to have excuses for not being able to do this. 3, 2, 1, begin. Because excuses like that are kind of lame, right? You've got what it takes. You can do this. All right. Keep rocking. This is your last minute. You've got about 8 more seconds of this round. And again, the idea here is just maintain what you've got. Finish well. 3, 2, 1. Relax there for a second. All right.
Whew.
5. Yeah, you should be saying that.
I remember
2,
when we did this, I was
1.
like, oh,
Begin.
man.
Last round.
Ooh, last round. Excuse me.
Now, the other thing that makes this work is because my arms are so large, they're
Yeah.
kind of like weights in themselves.
Oh,
so
yeah.
every time I pull them, it's just like their own weights. Right, that was Maggie talking, by the way. That was weird. You got
Wait,
really
did
deep
you have
there.
something in your throat?
3, 2, 1. Take a little break. All right, more than just a little break. You are done. Well done. Good job today.
Woo woo.
That's hard stuff.
Yeah.
We really do. We literally just we're doing that. We're proud of you for sticking with it. That's challenging. Now remember, at the end of almost every one of our exercise sessions, we will get into our stretch of the week. And again, we've been focusing on the stretch that helps our arms move better, specifically around our shoulders. This particular one is called the sleeper stretch, and you saw how we do it. We're giving you a slightly different vantage point here from some of our other videos. But the idea is that you're laying on an arm and really just kind of gently rolling on top of it. Usually your palm is up towards the ceiling. But again, you can change that around. And what you're going to see me doing here is kind of referencing the fact that I'm going to gently push into the ground and then relax. And then push into the ground and relax. And that's just what we call that dynamic action. It's just a little bit of motion. Hard to detect if you're not looking for it. So again, it's up to you. If you want to do that to add a little bit of oomph to it, you can.
Yeah, and you're kind of pressing the part that's touching the
back
ground.
of my hand into the ground.
Into
right.
the ground. So it's not like you're like pressing with your other hand or anything like that. You're
No.
just kind of like pushing into the ground where it's already touching the ground.
Yeah, and the idea behind it, go ahead and switch, by the way, and this time you're just holding, but the idea behind that is that you're actively using and recruiting the same muscle that you're stretching. And there's some big words that go along with it, but the idea there is that as you're using and recruiting that muscle, you're kind of getting it to stretch a little bit deeper. It works for some people, and for some people they just prefer to hold the static stretch, just kind of hold it in there, which is why we give you options. I've found that using a combination works really well. I don't like one versus
Yeah, I like
the other.
doing the 30 seconds, like kind of just dynamic, and then the 30 seconds with the dynamic.
Yep.
That is a really nice way to kind of get into the stretch and then keep, using it and making it even better.
Exactly. So we're about to end this one, and the reminder is that after we do our key stretch, we always go back to the posture. So you're going to see us get on our knees or sit in cross-leg position and just start those big windmill motions with our arms. And the reminder here is it's not lazy circles. You're really reaching at every point. So when the arm is forward, you're reaching forward. When it's angling up to the sky, you're reaching up to the sky. You're really putting some distance there, unless you
Yeah.
hit the back wall.
Yeah,
Like I
like you did.
a couple of times.
Oh.
So
So, Aaron, does it matter like how long they do this for, or like how many times they do it in one direction?
it's a great question. Yes and no. Most stretches, there's a little bit of research and some studies out there that say it needs to be a minimum of 30 seconds. And so I hit the 30 seconds here just for demonstration purposes. And because it's a minimum, you can go longer. Some people will hold a stretch for a minute, for even 2 minutes. And again, like exercises, I'll just say do what feels best for you on that. That's a great question.
Yeah.
So we're almost done. Mags, why don't you wrap us up?
Yeah, well, I wanted to mention our new format, our
sure.
new setting. We decided to try something different out for this video, and we kind of like it, so we might do this for the next few videos, and join us to see what else we might change. We're just doing this in our house. We have no studio or any fancy lighting. We're literally using our phone to film this, and so we're total amateurs, you guys, so hopefully your standards are pretty low for us.
We have like 17 kids, so there's a little bit of child labor involved.
No, that's not true, Aaron.
Not
We
it.
only have 4 kids. 4. But yeah, anyway, that's all we have for you guys today. Make it a great day.